All right. Let's let everybody get in here for a second. Pull up the stream. Let's see. There we go. Oh, man.
Sorry, I forgot to share it.
You're good. You're chilling, brother. All right, guys. Welcome in to another episode of the Playbook Podcast. NFL Week 1 edition. Really excited about today. We got a lot of games to cover. Give it just a little bit here, and I think we're just going to jump right in, guys. So yeah, the NFL is back. NFL kicked off last Thursday. The Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This game was really interesting, and here's why. Happy early birthday. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, dude. Thank you. But yeah, so this game is really interesting. I had the displeasure of watching almost all of it. So here's the deal. It was a controversial beginning. Jalen Carter spat on Dak Prescott's chest, and he got ejected from the game. So from the before the first ball was thrown or the first anything happened, the Eagles were without their best player, defensively at least, in Jalen Carter, and that definitely changed the complexion of this game and how the game ended up going. But we'll just do some basic stuff here. I have been critical of Dak Prescott on this show. I feel like,
yeah, same.
I keep a high standard on him, but I will be completely fair. He was 21 of 34 for 188 yards. That's a 5.5 yards an attempt, 76 passer rating. It doesn't sound good. Dak Prescott was the best player in the Cowboys. He was by far the best player in a Cowboys uniform on Thursday. And honestly, I cannot sit here and say it's Dak's fault. If anything, Dak was the reason this game was close. And if the $30 million wide receiver didn't have butterfingers, we might be talking about a completely different game right now. We might be talking about, man, are the Eagles fraudulent? Are the Cowboys a sleeper in the NFC? But instead, because CeeDee Lamb can't catch a ball, we're talking about how the Cowboys lost. Dak Prescott was amazing. He had a couple throws that I thought were all world throws. A couple passes that CeeDee dropped hit him in the hands and would have either led to touchdowns or would have been touchdowns. It was definitely a very rough showing for the Cowboys receivers. CeeDee Lamb had 7 receptions, 110 yards, but he had 4 drops in the fourth quarter, which led to a very, 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 very rough end to that game because a lot of Cowboys fans, a lot of people watching felt like they could have won that game. Yeah. The Eagles did pull it out 24-20. It was a close game. I know Jalen Carter was out. I get it. I didn't like how the Eagles really looked in this game. So we'll swap over to the Eagles here. I'm going to give my Eagles take, then I'll give it to you, Trey. I don't like how they only scored. So Jalen Carter doesn't play offense, right? No, he's a defensive player. They had all their offensive players. Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, that stud O-line, A.J. Brown. They scored 24 points against arguably the worst defense in football. And now I do think that the Cowboys' run defense is a lot more solid than I thought it was going to be. And honestly, I've been very, very critical of Trevon Diggs and Jerron Bland. I sat here and said that they weren't what they used to be. Trevon Diggs had A.J. Brown on clamps. There's a reason why A.J. Brown only had 1 catch for 8 yards. It was because Trevon Diggs had him in a seatbelt the entire game. He had the least separation of any wide receiver in week 1. The cornerbacks played fantastic. Yeah, I agree, Travis. I think the biggest takeaway for me is that Dak Prescott played like a $60 million quarterback, and that secondary really held up.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts went completely untouched, no sacks at all. Like, that is what it is. But I was very impressed with Trevon Diggs. I was very impressed with DaRon Bland. They really held their own against a very, very good wide receiving core. And honestly, I think they did more than hold their own. I think they dominated that matchup. Another thing to look at is that Saquon Barkley did struggle on the ground. He was 18 carries for 60 yards. That's 3.3 yards per carry. That's rough. That's not great. And now we're to, I think he's going to be fine, right? I do think he's going to be totally fine. But the big thing for me is Jalen Hurts. And I saw a stat. I'm going to pull this up here. It's a chart. I actually could do I could do screen share. Let me pull it up real quickly here. Let me see if I remember my login to this. So I saw a stat. It was basically time to throw, and then average depth of target. So that's basically how long do you have to throw, and how long you have to throw and how deep you're throwing the ball. I got to get my login here. While I pull this up, Trey, what were your thoughts on that game?
So I got a lot to say about this game because I am actually I've been saying this since last season. I'm first of all, Ryan Clark. This guy, no, not Ryan Clark, Dan Orlovsky. Whatever you said about Tom Brady and Bill Belichick with Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni, I think you're drunk as heck, bro. You should be kicked off on that. We should be investigating you, bro. So ESPN should come up. ESPN should call a drug test up on Dan Orlovsky. Anyways, this game was terrible for Jalen Hurts too. Hurts had rushing touchdowns, but that's all he had. He couldn't really do anything on the air. And Saquon Barkley too was silent too. Saquon had one touchdown, and their online was pretty a little bit iffy a little bit. I don't know if you know that.
For the run, I think they were fine in pass protection, but the run blocking was very suspect. I'm gonna pull this up real quickly here. Let's see if you pull it up there for me. Okay, so what we're looking at here is time to throw and depth of target. And this is going to piggyback on what Trey was saying about Jalen Hurts. So on this top right here is average depth of target. So higher, the longer your average depth of target. Look at Dak. Dak's average depth of target was well over 10 yards a target. He's throwing deep balls. He's throwing, past the sticks almost each time. I don't know if you notice. Okay. And then, so that's that access. And then, across here is time to throw. How long do these quarterbacks have to throw? Look at Aaron Rodgers. He has no time to throw. Matt Stafford, Sam Darnold, Spencer Rattler. These guys had no time to throw. The further you go this way, the longer time to throw. Look at Jalen Hurts down here. That's by far the most time to throw, and it's the least depth of target. So Jalen Hurts is sitting, guys, he's sitting in the pocket for over 3.5 seconds, almost 4 seconds. And he's throwing under his average depth of target was like 3 yards. Now, you can contribute that, I guess, if you want to Trevon Diggs and DaRon Bland playing really well. I don't think Jalen Hurts is a very good quarterback. Oh, but he won a Super Bowl. Okay, I get it. Like, I understand that he won a Super Bowl. I've seen Joe Flacco win a Super Bowl. And when Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl, he was the leader of that offense, right? Who was the leader of the offense last year in Philly? It was Saquon Barkley. We're all aware of that. So I just kind of wanted to bring this up here and kind of show, these guys over here in this area had a lot of time to throw. And look, Caleb Williams is right there. We're going to talk about Caleb Williams. I have a lot to say about Caleb Williams. But Jalen Hurts has he's the easiest job in the NFL. He gets completely untouched, yet he cannot throw deep anymore. I don't know. When the run game isn't going and the play action isn't working like he wants it to, this is what happens. You get this 4 second time to throw, 3 second average depth of target. Shout out to Dak up here, man. what an absolute stud performance he put on in a game where his wide receivers didn't show up. But yeah, I mean, that I saw that and I was like, man, Jalen Hurts is, yeah, I'm not sure on Jalen Hurts, but you go ahead and continue.
Yeah. So I agree with you. He's overrated. Jalen Hurts is not my top 10 quarterback of all in the NFL right now. He's overrated. He had one good season. That one good season, he had 23 touchdowns, by the way. And apparently that's running out for MVP, which doesn't make sense to me at all. But anyways, so yeah, the defense was shaky too, with the running defense for the Eagles, because last year they're blowing everybody out. Basically, they were first in defense according to PFF, and good run defense was like 95, and then they gave up. Let me see. They gave up around 2 touchdowns on the ground for the Cowboys. Not to the Cowboys side of the ball. The Cowboys, I was kind of surprised. I ain't gonna lie to you. I recorded the game because I was covering WT football. We'll get to that later. This team showed a lot that Dak Prescott actually is that good. Before he got hurt last season, the year prior to that, he was second up to MVP, having 45 touchdowns. But this time, CeeDee Lamb can catch the ball. CeeDee Lamb, number 88, you should be ashamed of yourself, bro. Because 88 is a big-time number in the Cowboys' history. We have Drew Pearson, Michael Irvin, Des Bryant, and now CeeDee Lamb. I mean, dude, at one point, we were calling this guy the third best receiver in the NFL. The guy can't catch, though. So, by the way, this was the most drops he ever had in his career. Or just like, wow. So it's not on Dak Prescott, it's on CD and on Ferguson too. You gotta catch the ball. You have to catch the ball. You have to catch the ball. You have to. I can catch that ball. Nick can catch that ball. Travis can catch that ball. Dude, my dog, German Shepherd, can catch that ball too. You gotta catch that ball, CD. Because here's the deal. Here's the deal. If he catches the ball, they are winning that game. They're winning the game. They would have probably won by a touchdown to max. That's what I think about the offensive side of the ball. Amos, you can too, bro. You can catch the ball, bro. So can Travis, and I bet whoever's on the third person on this chat. But anybody besides CeeDee Lamb can catch the ball. Apparently, he was getting darts, bro, at his chest, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I was throwing darts at him, and he dropped every single thing. And here's the deal, man. They're showing a lot. How much is that guy making in the NFL? I know he's second. I know he's probably like making around
CD.
Yeah, CD.
$30 million a year.
Okay, it's 30 million. 30 million hands can catch it, apparently. So as a Cowboys side of the offense, the running game was a lot better. I was surprised by that. I was really surprised that I don't know who this guy is. I never heard of this guy, but Javonte Williams, congrats, dude. Yeah, 2 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah, he had a nice game for sure.
And I was surprised.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, and I mean that's fumble by Miles Sanders hurt a lot. I don't know why. He had a big run and then they gave it back to me, fumbled. I don't know. I think the Cowboys could have won this game. You know what they were missing is like just a really good pass rusher.
Exactly.
Man, if there was a pass rusher who just was vicious and could get to the quarterback and put pressure on Jalen Hurts, man, maybe it would have been a different game. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. So yeah, that was that game. I'm not impressed by the Eagles. I don't think beating a woefully begotten Cowboys team by 4 in the link is very impressive. I think Jalen Hurts has the easiest job in the NFL. And if he had any kind of, we've seen what the Eagles look like when, it's the Brock Purdy thing. You don't have the best team in the world. You're just going to look suspect. And, Jalen Hurts right now has a very, very, very good team. And he didn't even look great. He didn't look great. He can't throw the ball deep. He can't get the ball deep down the field with zero pass rush. Are you, like I said, Trevon Diggs and Deron Bland had a great game. Are they Cromartie and Darrelle Revis? No.
Yeah, are they prime
Not
time Sanders?
absolutely not. They played a great game. They did really well, but I was not impressed with Jalen Hurts at all. Not even at all. Brock Purdy thing. Yeah, the thing where when he has, 8 all pros, he looks like a good quarterback. And then when he doesn't look like a quarterback, and he throws for like, non-impressive yards and, just gets 7 and 10. What were they? I don't even remember last year. Not very impressive.
They made the playoffs last year.
Yeah, that's the Brock Purdy thing. We'll get to that game in a little bit. Brock Purdy did not silence any haters. He played awful and got very lucky that Tariq Woolen just forgot how to play football at the exact perfect moment, or that would have been an absolute disaster. But yeah, the Niners aren't going to be doing anything. You outdueled Sam Darnold. Like, okay, man, like that's impressive.
He almost won the game. He almost won the game.
Yeah, I know. He had the fumble. Jackson Smith and Jigba fumble was rough as well. But Tariq Woolen just forgot how to play football. He's literally just forgot, and it was unlucky. Yeah, 1-0. That's fantastic. I'm really happy for you guys. You have a cupcake schedule this year, so hopefully you'll make the playoffs. But if you do, you'll probably just get punked by the first team in there for sure. So, I'm not blown away by a 17-13 win against Seattle.
Yeah.
I mean, your first actual tough game is, I don't even know what, week 4. No, the Jaguars aren't that good. Weeks 5, 6, 7, and 8 are pretty tough because you go Rams, Bucks, Falcons, Texans. Well, I don't even know if the Texans are that good, but I do think that the Falcons showed something pretty impressive on Sunday. But yeah, I think it's the Brock Purdy thing or the Jalen Hurts thing, whatever you want to call it, where you have all pros everywhere. You look pretty decent. When you don't look very good. Jalen Hurts didn't look very good with all pros everywhere. So I was not very impressed by that game on the Eagles side. I was more impressed by Dak Prescott for sure. Because he was, like I said, if CD had good hands, we'd be having a completely different conversation right now. But that being said, we're going to move on to, I wanted to get to this as soon as possible, maybe the game of the year in week 1. This game, Ravens versus Bills, Sunday Night Football. What a way to kick off Sunday Night Football. If you didn't have the chance to watch this game,
I watched all of it, bro.
You got to go watch it. This game was spectacular. It was fantastic. 41-40, the Bills win. They were down 15 with about 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and then Josh Allen completely willed them back. They got a little lucky with a Derrick Henry fumble. But there's one, I texted Trey this, and I'm ready to say it. I can't believe I'm about to say it, but I have a Chiefs fan in the room, so I might get jumped.
Who's a Chiefs fan?
Drake. He's right here chilling. I am. I think I'm ready to say it, and I know it's going to sound crazy. It's a little preemptive, probably, but I think Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the NFL.
No, I
guys, I mean, Amish says hi. Has he won a Super Bowl? No. He's won an MVP. But what I saw on Sunday and what I see him do with not elite talent everywhere, I think Keon Coleman took a big leap, and he could be a number 1 for that team. But let's go from the top, okay? Let's just go for the stats. 394 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns. He had another, 30 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Some of the throws he was putting on in the fourth quarter, I couldn't believe my eyes. He's running to his left, across his body, off one leg, and completely, he's hitting guys on the sideline with a defender in his face with I think he's just playing quarterback better than anybody right now. I just don't think anyone is better at quarterback right now. Is he better than Patrick Mahomes overall as a player? No, because Patrick Mahomes has been to multiple Super Bowls, won multiple Super Bowls, multiple MVPs, all that. Like, the resume is obviously better. Lamar Jackson has a better resume technically. I just don't think anyone's better at quarterback right now than Josh Allen. See, I even got a Chiefs fan to say that's fair. So he doesn't have an elite number one. He doesn't have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, right? And if we want to go back to Mahomes before, when he had those big numbers, he had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Joe Burrow's always had good talent. Lamar has probably the best roster in the NFL. I don't think he has a number one right now, but Zay Flowers is very good. Mark Andrews can be good at times. Derrick Henry, like Josh Allen's throwing to Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid, Khalil Shakir, Joshua Palmer, Dawson Knox, Jackson Hawes, and Ty Johnson. Are any of those guys now Keon Coleman could take a really big leap, obviously, because he was fantastic on Sunday. But are any of those guys better than Jamar Chase, T. Higgins? No. Are any of those guys better than like Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill? No, absolutely not. And he's just doing things that I can't. I can't believe my eyes when I watch it. And I do think James Cook is a fantastic running back. I think he's a star. But what he's doing with this roster, with that defense, going and I'm kind of at a loss for words at what he's able to do at the position. I don't think anyone's playing better quarterback than him right now. So I'm willing to say it. I know that nobody on TV, from what I've watched, is willing to say it, but I'm willing to say it. I'm willing to say that I think Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. And can that change? Obviously, duh. Like if Mahomes can come back to form, all that. But right now, if I'm playing a football game tomorrow and I get to pick a quarterback, I'm picking Josh Allen.
Yeah. Okay. So I actually agree with Nick, and I hate to say it too because I'm a big Mahomes fan. And I like Mahomes big time. I like his swagger.
I do too.
I mean, this guy's a winner. Ever since he came to the NFL. I mean, he went head to head with Tom Brady, almost beat Tom Brady in the AFC Championship game. So I get it. I don't want to hear this crap about the postseason of last year. Okay, I don't want to hear that crap. Because Dalton Kincaid catches that ball, they might win the game. They might win that game against the Chiefs. But he drops the freaking ball in his hands. And you know what Mahomes does the next drive? He kicks the field goal. And then they go to Super Bowl the next week, in 2 weeks from now. Watching that game on Sunday night, I thought it was over when he threw the interception in the end zone. I'm like, oh, it's over, man. The Ravens got this. And I don't want to hear this crap where the Ravens collapse, like Kimberly A. Martin said and Damian Woody said on national television today. That is baloney. Give this team the credit they have. Josh Allen threw a dart downfield, and he stilled the game after that. He read every defense. He was composed. He didn't play backguard football like Mahomes does. Friday night, Mahomes was terrible. I don't care what Nick Rice said on national television today. He's full of crap if he thinks this guy's still the best quarterback in the NFL. So, Josh Allen's the best QB right now in the NFL. It could change, but if I want tomorrow night, if my life's on the line, I get one quarterback today in the NFL. Who am I choosing? I'm choosing Josh
I'm picking
Allen.
Josh Allen too.
I'm choosing Joshua Patrick Allen. I don't want to take Mahomes is great, but Mahomes is done. He's not motivating them more. He plays the same football. He hasn't changed one bit. So, yeah. And then Travis, you said, well, Alice has 2 solid receivers. Mahomes don't got no targets no more. Well, as a quarterback, you make your team better. You know what made Tom Brady so great with Amendola and Edelman and Gronk? He made them better. He went to go practice with them. He did a TB12 play with all 3 of them together. So that's on Mahomes. That's his fault. He wants to play by himself and not care him no more. Then that's on him. But Josh Allen, as of right now, is the best QB in the NFL. And there's no debate about it. He had a heck of a game on Sunday night against overall the best defense in the NFL. He torched them. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah. I mean, just look at Josh Allen's fourth quarter stats: 251 passing yards, passing touchdown, and 2 rushing touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
Hold on. Who's a better QB, Travis? Who's a better QB?
He's about to rage bait you, bro.
You better not say freaking someone goofy. Who I think that you're about to say.
Okay,
I'm
Peyton Manning 2.0. No, Daniel Jones did play very, very well on Sunday. I will give him the credit where the credit's due. He had a fantastic game. But yeah, no, I'm not sure anyone is better at quarterback right now than Josh Allen. I think Lamar played really well. Derrick Henry looked freakish. I can't believe he's that fast at his age with that many carries. But that fumble definitely hurt them. And Derrick Henry's not going to fumble like that again. Honestly, and I want to give this guy big props because Ed Oliver completely changed that game for the Bills defense. In a game where you let 40 points get dropped on you, he made a couple plays that won them the game. He stopped Derrick Henry multiple times. He's the only guy in the Bills defense. I mean, I watched Derrick Henry literally dribble one of the I forgot his name, Cole something he was the new safety on the Bills. Literally dribbled him. Ed Oliver made a couple plays that he looked all pro to me. He's just a freak of nature. He had the punch out on Derrick Henry, but I want to Cole Bishop, that's his name. But I want to give a huge shout out to Ed Oliver. Three tackles for loss, a sack on Lamar Jackson should count as like 3 sacks. He's very, very hard to sack. And then a forced fumble. I mean, this guy, huge props to Ed Oliver. He was outside of Lamar, Josh Allen, and Derrick Henry, the offensive stars. He shined the brightest for me on a defense in a game where 81 points were scored. So just man, hey, tell Ed Oliver I'm a big fan. Thank you, Misha. I appreciate it. Great game, maybe game of the year. I don't know how a game could be better than this one. It was down to the wire, and that game-winning field. Okay, when Josh Allen got the ball back, and I don't know why. What I think Jim Harbaugh is, because John Harbaugh would not have done what his brother did.
Jim Harbaugh's in their target.
Yeah. John is the Ravens. John Harbaugh would not have done what other way around. Jim would not have done what John did on Sunday, which was punt the ball back to Josh Allen. Yeah, and he punted it back to Josh Allen on a 4th and 3. And Lamar said after the game that he was cramping. You just give the ball to Derrick Henry. You think Derrick Henry can't get you 3 yards? He averaged 9.5 a carry. He was unstoppable outside of a couple times that Ed Oliver met him.
That guy's a man among boys, dude.
He's just a freak of nature. And you give the ball back to Josh Allen. And when that happened, I was watching that game. And it was just that moment. And I had this moment with Mahomes a bunch of times. And this is when I think I was like, okay, I think Josh Allen's the best quarterback. Josh Allen got the ball back. Not very good field position. And I was like, I think Josh Allen's just going to win this game. And then he puts on a masterclass field goal game-winning drive. Yeah. Shout out to the kicker, by the way. Matt Prater.
Yeah.
Tyler Bass goes on IR. Matt Prater doesn't even have a job. He gets picked up by the Bills. He goes 3 for 3, and he hits the game-winning field goal. I mean, shout out to Matt Prater. Huge ups on him. And by the way, I believe it was Marlon Humphrey was about a foot away from blocking that game-winning field goal. Yeah. It was he almost sent that back. That would have been crazy. But when Josh Allen got the ball back, I was like, yeah, I just think it's over. I think that Josh Allen's just going to win this game. And he did that. And I think he's the best quarterback in the NFL. Can it change? Obviously, yeah. But I could see him going for a repeat of MVP. I could see this team. I don't know how far they can go because that defense is questionable. But if he gets them to an AFC title game or even a Super Bowl,
man,
we got a lot to talk about.
A lot.
That being said, we're going to move over to the Chiefs-Chargers.
I got a lot to say about this game, bro. I got a lot to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I don't have as much to say as you probably. I'm gonna do more Chargers because I think the Chiefs are just. I don't know about the Chiefs, man. They don't have a running game. They don't have a single running back who looks half decent. and it's really concerning. I do think Justin Herbert got the Madison beer buff. Absolutely. I'm going to stick with the Chargers side mainly. Justin Herbert was fantastic. He was the best quarterback on that field on Friday. He went for 318 yards, 3 touchdowns. He looked poised. He looked calm. He won the game for him on that third down. He ran it, 3rd and 12, I believe. He ran it, got the first down, sealed the deal. He was fantastic. Huge shout out to Butterfingers, Quentin Johnson. Apparently, just all of a sudden remembered how to play football. And I saw a video. So I don't know. Did you see when the ref ran into CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah,
during the preseason.
I did see that.
So someone said that when that happened, CeeDee Lamb's talents got transferred to Quentin Johnston. So CeeDee Lamb is now in Quentin Johnston's body, and then Quentin Johnston's in CeeDee Lamb's body. That's why he dropped those passes, and that's why Quentin Johnston was torching a Chiefs secondary. But yeah, shout out to him. He had a great game. 5 catches, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. Keenan Allen, shout out to Unk, making huge plays for this team. Yeah, exactly. I see they believe me. It makes sense. This is what happened. That ref got paid off by the Chargers to transfer CeeDee Lamb's power to Quentin Johnston. So now the Chargers have essentially CeeDee Lamb, and the Cowboys have Quentin Johnston. But yeah, shout out to Keenan Allen. He was huge. That chemistry between him and Justin Herbert has not left. He was fantastic. Ladd McConkey had another great game. 9 targets, 6 catches, 74 yards. Justin Herbert did miss him on about a 30-yard touchdown that would have really helped my fantasy team. I still won the game, though, so it's okay. But he did miss him. That was really Justin Herbert's only miscue of the entire night was that pass there. Amari Hampton looked pretty well, that rookie running back. He looked pretty good. I know that he struggled, but that Chiefs front is very hard to run against. That's a very, very bad matchup. I think Amari Hampton will have – he's clearly the number one. He had 15 carries. Najee Harris had 1. Tyler Conklin had 1. Like, he's clearly the number one, and I could see him playing very well. But I'm going to leave the Chiefs side too because I'm a little worried about the Chiefs. But, yeah, go ahead.
So, number one, Justin Herbert, probably the best game I've seen him play.
I think it might have been his best game ever. I'm not kidding.
If he's ever played in his life. And
I'm not kidding.
I had a question about Justin Herbert. I saw him on his podcast many times. Snick can tell you this. I didn't think he was a top 10 QB. Bachelor Friday night, he proved me wrong. He's a top 10 QB as well. In my book now. I was surprised by the way he played. And I think, I don't know, something changed in him a little bit this season, this game. I'm like, man.
It's because he's dating Madison Beer. He got a buff.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, it's kind of like, okay. That makes sense. Anyways. Yeah, off and on the field. Anyways, so I don't think Nick heard that.
Oh, I heard that.
Okay, sorry guys. Okay, sorry guys. It's not nightcap. This is
fun nightcap, bro.
Anyways, so I'm gonna go to Chiefs side for a second. I think this team is done with the run. And here's and this is Patrick Mahomes' fault. Patrick Mahomes should take less money next time in his contract dispute. Because Tom Brady, you know what made Tom Brady always seem so good? He took a contract. He took a less contract, less money.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting paid more now as a broadcaster on Fox than he ever made his entire life playing in NFL. And Tom Brady had 7 rings. He had 3 MVPs. He has every record in the book as a quarterback, and he still was paid less. Patrick Mahomes, stop worrying about your stupid State Farm commercials. Stop worrying about your stupid haircuts and your Oakleys. How about you take less money for your team and worry about football? Here's the deal: you could have got Devontae Adams. You could have gotten Derrick Henry a couple years ago. You could have gotten actually real all-pro defense, all-pro offense. You could have got a new tight end to replace Kelsey one day, but you didn't do that. Instead, you keep the same money, and you still haven't gotten anything done. Friday night was awful for Mahomes. Yeah, one good touchdown. One good throw. one good throw downfield. And then after that, he had one running touchdown, I think. And after that, he was a no-show. Really a no-show. So he's literally, and I hate to say this too, but I'm tired. I blame Nick Wright for this crap, for calling this guy to go too early. I blame those people that are Tech fans. No offense to Nick, and Travis, but I feel like we overhyped him too much to the point where he forgot how to play quarterback. He forgot to play. You know, Tom Brady won on Colin Cowherd's show one day, and Brady said this on the show. He said, today's NFL players, he kind of took a shot at Mahomes a little bit. I kind of noticed it. After the Super Bowl against the Eagles, Brady said, today's NFL quarterbacks play backyard football. They don't really have the fundamentals no more. They lost count of the pre-snap. They lost count of the they forgot how to read the defense more and make their team better. Because today it's all backyard football and extended plays. And so that's great, but people are gonna figure out how to stop you now. And this brings to my point. Patrick Mahomes though is no longer scared to the defense no more. He ain't no longer feared no more by other teams. Because now they figure out what he does. He doesn't know how to read defense right. You know what he does, Nick? He takes the ball and himself and go gets the first down. That's what Mahomes does. Top of that, the refs ain't helping him no more. Maybe it was the refs last season that helped him a lot. Maybe it was. I mean, I saw stuff on Instagram about a refs wearing a Chiefs jersey last season. My whole feed was. Even Twitter and TikTok and Facebook. But this team is done. And if they don't win, and I never want him, if he doesn't do this good this season or a couple years from now, I never want to hear him compared to the Patriots dynasty number 1. I don't want to hear him compared to Tom Brady ever again. That's all I gotta say.
Dang. Okay. I'll push back a little bit on that.
I'm not government, dude. I don't say
he's really upset. So Patrick Mahomes is the 15th highest paid quarterback in the NFL. He did restructure his contract to make a little less. So I don't think that's.
He needs to take less money, basically.
You want him to make as much as Daniel Jones?
Yeah, bro.
There's not much more.
Let him get some help on
this is quarterbacks that get paid more than him.
Either that or make his teammates better. That's all.
Kirk Cousins has the same amount. Okay, Kirk Cousins. I'm gonna get onto you for that because I got onto you about text. I'm gonna get onto you here. Kirk Cousins makes the same amount. Deshaun Watson makes more. Call of Duty, Kyler Murray makes more. Jalen Hurts makes more. Lamar, Justin Herbert, Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, Tua tongued the ball over, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Dak Prescott all make more than him. So I'm going to put that on his ownership. I don't think it's his fault. They haven't been able to get him weapons after Tyreek Hill left. I get it. Like they're drafting. They've been focusing on the O-line, whatever. Okay. I don't think he was that bad on Friday. He had a couple fantastic plays, and it just looked like his team was a bit outmatched. Was Justin Herbert better? Yeah, he was better. And I get your whole thing about making your teammates better, but you act like Tom Brady played with scrubs.
No, I'm not saying that.
Tom Brady.
I'm not saying that. I'm going to say this, though. They're underrated receivers that he played with. They're underrated. I thought they were good. I saw Edelman play good.
He did have Randy Moss.
Okay, for a couple years, and then what happened? He had a CTE, psychopath, Aaron Hernandez, killing people.
Okay. He had Gronk for 9, 10 years?
And that was Aaron Hernandez, bro. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, okay, not Aaron Hernandez. Wes Welker was an all-pro.
Yeah, he's
Julian Edelman is okay. Okay, I'm just gonna have to pull it up because this guy's.
I saw it. I sent a picture yesterday, bro.
Okay, listen. Wes Welker was first team All-Pro twice, 2009 and 2010. Second team All-Pro in 2007, 2008. 5-time Pro Bowler, 3 times receptions leader. Okay, he was very good. He had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin when he went to Tampa Bay. Like He's had talent. Okay. And when he didn't have a lot of talent on offense, he had a lot of talent on defense. And that's kind of what happened to Mahomes the last couple of years. I don't think Mahomes forgot how to play quarterback. I just don't think. I think what happened was because I thought he had a couple plays on Friday. The pass to Marquise Hollywood Brown, where he's running to his right and threw a deep ball. That was insane. The little flip pass where he was literally horizontal and flipped it over. That was insane as well. Like I think the biggest issue with this team, and I will say I don't think he needs any more receivers because Rashee Rice is going to get back after he serves his suspension. Rashee Rice should probably be in federal prison, but it's okay. He's not.
Dude, that's crazy. Dude.
He probably should be, but he's not.
Yeah, I agree.
He'll be back. He'll be a very, very nice addition. Travis. So also one thing the Chiefs need to do is quit taking out their receivers. Travis Kelce literally killed Xavier Worthy. He killed him. Right. And then last year, Mahomes took out Rashee Rice's ACL. Xavier Worthy is day to day, not week to week. So that's good. But what this team needs so bad, and I don't know how you do it, you got to make a trade or something, is a running back that doesn't suck. Okay. I'm over the Pacheco runs hard gimmick. I'm over it. Okay. I'm over the fact that he moves his feet really fast and goes like not that fast. I'm over it. Kareem Hunt should also be in federal prison, but he's not. He's really old. Mahomes led the team in rushing.
Yeah.
Like they don't have good running backs, Travis. Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt are not good running backs. I saw James Cook and Derrick Henry change the complexion of a game. Derrick Henry, you're not going to find Derrick Henry. James Cook isn't I don't think he's a top 5 running back. Is he very good? I think he's a budding star. And I really think so. But you look at Brock Purdy has Christian McCaffrey. Josh Allen has James Cook. Jalen Hurts has Saquon Barkley. Lamar has Derrick Henry. Like if you look at all of these guys who are you're going to face, I mean, shoot, even Chase Brown on the Bengals is a solid running back.
Yeah.
This team, I think the value of running backs has gone up a lot in recent years because not only does that open your passing game when you can run, but who's putting 7 guys in the box against the Chiefs? Nobody. The reason Mahomes is struggling is because they're playing two-man shell because the Chiefs can't run the ball. Isaiah Pacheco moves his feet really fast and runs into his left tackle. Like he's not. So that changes when they were really good, right? When they were high flying, I mean, all over the place. They had prime Kareem Hunt, who was very good at football, right? So he doesn't have a running back that'll pull a linebacker into the box or whatever. So instead, all these guys are all over the field. They know the Chiefs have become one-dimensional. That's the issue. I don't think has Mahomes regressed a little bit. I don't know if it's regression or the fact that the team isn't the same.
I think it's what Mahomes needs to do.
He needs to just make everyone better. Like,
no.
Wes Welker.
He needs to get another quarterback coach or something, bro. He has a quarterback coach. Yes, he was like 15 years old. Like, let it go.
I think the issue with the Chiefs, and this is honest, and I think it's pretty accurate. They have become offensively one-dimensional, which is what? Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. That's all they have. Travis Kelce doesn't care. I'm sorry, he doesn't care about football anymore.
He cares about Taylor Swift.
He cares about Taylor Swift and going to all her concerts and having a cute wedding. Like, that's all he cares about, right? Yeah. These guys on this team, this receiving corps, Marquise, okay, Hollywood Brown had 16 targets for 10 receptions for 99 yards, and 49 of them were on one passing play, okay? Travis Kelce is ancient. Juju Smith-Schuster is a TikToker. Taquan Thornton isn't a real person. And Noah Gray is horrible at football. Okay? So the issue is the only receiver on your team who was going to really change the game got his shoulder blown out by his teammate.
And here's the deal. I'm going to say it again. Cut Jawaan
Taylor's so bad. He's
freaking
so bad
cut
at
him.
football. He's so
Dude,
bad.
dude, I saw Travis Kelce get mad at him too. I'm like, dude, cut this guy.
He's really bad.
If that, I would have punched him in the face.
Dude, Mahomes got so freaked out by Dylan Raiola, he immediately cut his hair. That was crazy. He went to one Nebraska game and he's like, I got to change my haircut. I'm changing everything. He's probably going to change he's weirded out by apartments. That's what I call Dylan Raiola, not Mahomes, but apartments. So yeah, I think the Chiefs need to retool. They're a good team. They have a great coach. They have a great quarterback. I think just because I said Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the NFL does not mean I think Patrick Mahomes sucks. Yeah. I think Patrick Mahomes is 2. I really still believe that. They got to retool. They need to get their draft pick needs to be a skill position player. And I know they're probably going to go right tackle because Jawaan Taylor is legit horrible at football. But they need to either trade for a running back, find a maybe a good running back in the 3rd or 4th round. They could have probably drafted Trayvon Henderson. I don't know. Let me see here. Let me make sure. Let me make sure because he might have went a lot higher than I thought he did. Never mind. He went 32. Oh wait, no, I'm a liar. No, he went 38. He was 38th overall. 2nd round. Like you can find extremely good running back talent in the 2nd round. They need to find that. They need to I want to see how Rashee Rice looks like when he gets back. That could really change this team a lot. And Xavier Worthy coming back, Rashee Rice coming back, that could get Mahomes going. But it's time. It's the Travis Kelce era is over, and the Isaiah Pacheco era has to be over.
Yeah,
it has to be over. Do I think that Mahomes has regressed a bit? I don't know if it's him regressing, or the rest of the league catching up, or the Chiefs team maybe just isn't that good. Maybe this is a 6-win football team without Mahomes. Maybe it is. Maybe this team sucks without Mahomes. They probably do, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the biggest concerns I have for the Chiefs are that the lack of explosion on offense or just helping Mahomes get something going with the run game, and the secondary. You're getting torched by Quentin Johnston, right? I'm a little worried about that. And
some of those too, he had an end zone too. Like he had some when the defensive line was like deflecting them. Mahomes would have, and his back then or a couple years ago, would have sidearmed it.
Okay, so it was Cam Hart that got all those. No, I'm sorry, it was Tyir Tart. They kind of have a similar name, Tart. I watched a video. He was just in his bag with those deflections. Like he watched his film, he studied, and yeah, I agree. I don't think he regressed. I think his job got harder. He doesn't have prime Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and all that, and it's a lot harder on him now.
Tyreek Hill was requested from that team,
So yeah, Tyir Tart was fabulous because he couldn't get past that, that interior offensive line, but he was getting his hand. I mean, it was very, very impressive by him. I was very, very impressed with him. Yeah, so I think the Chiefs will be fine. I think they'll make the playoffs, obviously. The Broncos looking as bad as they did was probably felt very good for the Chiefs, knowing that, Bo Nix maybe, I know it's the first game, but Bo Nix looked horrible. So it wasn't like, oh, he played pretty good, just had a couple bad passes here. No, he just looked awful the whole game. So that's a bit concerning. Baltimore and Buffalo having defenses that seem, I don't know if the Ravens defense is horrible. I actually don't know if either defense is horrible or they just played the best offenses in the NFL. That's what I'm not sure about. So I'm gonna hold off on those for now. But I know the Bills defense is very gettable. But they saw that, right? You look across the AFC. Were you scared by Pittsburgh? Probably not. They played Justin Fields was dicing.
Yeah.
Right. Like I wouldn't be very concerned about them. Denver looked very bad in a loss.
The Bengals looked terrible.
The
Bengals look bad.
Bengals looked horrible. Trevor Lawrence, now you want to talk about a guy who forgot to play quarterback? There's your guy.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence forgot how to play quarterback. I don't know what's going on with him. He has weapons now. Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter. So Travis Hunter is a full-time wide receiver and a situational cornerback. That's what they're going with. But yeah, I'm worried about the Chiefs because I just don't know if they have enough talent to do anything past the postseason. But I'm not worried about Mahomes.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this team's just not as good anymore, for sure. But I was very impressed with the Chargers. The Chargers are scary. The Chargers are very scary. So, yeah, we gotta get moving here. We're already 50 minutes in. We've talked about 3 games. We're gonna talk about the Lions Packers real quick. I'm gonna be very, very brief. The Lions miss Ben Johnson very bad, and Jerry Jones is smoking crack. What Micah Parsons did in he played about half the snaps. What he did in those half snaps against a really good offensive line against Penei Sewell, who's one of the best left tackles in the NFL. I think every NFC team should be horrified. Jordan Love played really well. He didn't really have to do much. He did what he needed to do.
Look composed though.
He looked very composed. He had a couple of really nice passes. Josh Jacobs, the Lions' run defense is very good. So Josh Jacobs really couldn't get going outside of that touchdown. I like Matthew Golden. He didn't really get super involved. I think he'll end up being the wide receiver 1. Jaden Reed had a pretty decent game. Tucker Kraft, Romeo Dobbs. Like, the offense itself, they didn't really need to do much. He was, Jordan Love was really just a game manager who made a couple really big plays. He didn't turn the ball over. He had a 128 rating. He was fine. He was good, right? Jared Goff looked like he was a deer in headlights, and that defense has been completely transformed with the arrival of Micah Parsons. And if I'm any team in the NFC, I am terrified. I am genuinely terrified. And that's really all I have to say is that I did switch my NFC North team to win to the Packers. I still have the Commanders going to the Super Bowl. I do get to change it. We all get to change it. What I say, week 7 or 8, I believe.
So week 8.
Week 8 is when we get to change it if we want to. By week 8, we can only change it once. But if I'm changing the NFC pick, it's to the Packers because these guys are scary good.
Yeah. Watching this game, I almost cried, man, because Micah Parsons was actually a game record machine in that game. He made Jared Goff like oh crap. Like, I can't believe you're actually playing against Micah Parsons again in the Lions and against the Packers. And I'm like, so I was kind of disappointed in Jerry Jones for doing that. That was probably the best rush passer defense he's had. Packers have had since Reggie White, God rest his soul. And the fact that he literally affected the whole entire game. And I'm like, when he first came into the season, we had that little hop stuff all hyped up. I'm like, oh man, it's over for the Lions, man. And the fact that Jerry Jones let go of Micah Parsons, the best pass rusher he had since Charles Haley and DeMarcus Ware, and you let him go. I was disappointed by Jerry Jones' crap. I thought about Jerry Jones the whole entire time. Tony Romo almost couldn't stop talking about it on the air. With Jim Nantz, he was like, man, he's like, come on. He says, what do you think about that, Tony? And Tony's like, well, he was speechless about it too, because he's a Cowboy too. No matter what he thinks, he's a Cowboy. So, but yeah, Jordan Love will compose though. Jordan Love is really looks different. It looks like he ain't being stupid like he was last season. He looks more composed. He looks like he's like, you know what? He's here now. And some of those he did look like Aaron Rodgers too, but like a little bit of Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, that's all. I can't talk about this game. I'm done talking about this.
Yeah, Micah Parsons played 30 snaps and he dominated.
Yeah.
He was making Penei Sewell look like he was tiny or not strong. And Micah's kind of an undersized pass rusher.
Yeah, he is.
And he was bullying Penei Sewell, who is one of the best left tackles in the NFL.
All my people in media who I know, they made Micah Parsons and Amarillo, and they're like, man, they never would have thought this guy being out of the Cowboys.
Yeah, and Rashawn Gary's going to get a lot of benefit from Micah Parsons to open up, a sack and a half and a tackle for loss. Just Micah Parsons being there just opens everything up. And I do think, I completely agree. I think Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn being gone, very, very painful for the Lions, and it's going to take a while. I mean, Ben Johnson's Lions are never scoring 13 points, right? So we'll see how that goes. I know it's going to take them some time. I am a little bit out on the Lions, though, because I think that they're no longer the best team in their division after the acquisition of Micah Parsons on the Packers. And they proved it by just dominating. Wire-to-wire domination, scored 10 points in the first quarter, and that was really the end of the game. Lions were scoreless. They didn't score a touchdown to the fourth quarter. It was a stat padding touchdown. I mean, I'm not even kidding. So I'd be terrified if I was the Packers. Thank God the Cowboys suck really bad, so I don't even have to worry about the playoffs because I'd be terrified of the Packers, right? Absolutely terrified. So moving on here, we're gonna talk about a couple more games, a couple interesting games here. Steelers versus Jets. This actually ended up being an interesting game. I can't believe it. I thought this was going to be awful, but Steelers won 34-32. Aaron Rodgers looked pretty good in his Steelers debut. He actually looked very good in Steelers debut. 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, 136 rating, 22 for 30 passing. He looked really impressive, right? He looked super, super impressive. Justin Fields also looked pretty good. 218 passing yards, 16 of 22, touchdown, a 119 rating. He added 48 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. I was pretty impressed with them. I'm I'm a little worried about the Steelers defense if you're giving up 32 points to Justin Fields. But overall, I was very impressed with the Steelers offense. It actually looked pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like, he's a bad man, dude. Aaron Rodgers, man, he's a bad man. But what he did to the Jets, too. He wanted to beat the Jets, too.
He did. He wanted to beat them.
He was so mad. Because they thought, I thought he was washed up, too. But after this game, man, I was like, dang, this guy's he's back. He might be back. I mean, it's the Jets, too. So I wasn't really too surprised about that. The one surprising thing about this game was Justin Fields. Probably the best to see him play football in my life since probably Ohio State in college.
I mean, probably since Ohio State, yeah. I don't remember a game on the Bears where he looked this good.
He was like, he had 2 down and 1 touchdown in the air.
Mm-hmm.
He was torching that freaking Steelers defense big time. Who would have thought with TJ Watt and Mike Thomas defense that would have happened? So I was surprised by that game. It was an interesting game too. But I tell you what, DK and Aaron Rodgers, man, it's a scary duo.
Yeah, they looked really good together. I think let me pull it up here. Yeah, so DK had a pretty solid game, 4 for 83. The touchdowns were to Calvin Austin, Jaylen Warren, Jonas Smith, and Ben Skornek. Okay, that's not a real person. They just make fake people in the NFL. That's not a real person. But yeah, I was very impressed with how Aaron Rodgers played and just how Justin Fields played too. I don't know if it's the Steelers defense regressing a lot or Justin Fields has gotten a little bit better. Maybe a little bit of both.
He probably got mad too for
the Jets did have a chance to win the game. Jalen Ramsey made a huge tackle. I forgot who it was. I think it was Garrett Wilson.
Yeah,
it ended the game on 4th and 2. Justin Fields steps up in the pocket, throws a nice pass to his receiver for a first down, and Jalen Ramsey just absolutely lit him up and knocked the ball loose, and that was the end of the game. So huge play, huge pickup by them acquiring him. He already made a huge game-winning play in his first game on the team, so that's very impressive as well. We're going to move over to Texans-Rams real quickly here, and then we're going to end out with talking about Monday Night Football. But yeah, Texans-Rams, this game sucked if you like to watch offense because there was no offense. Texans score 9 points. Rams score 14. Both defenses are very good. I'm very worried about CJ Stroud.
Me too.
When you have a sophomore slump like he had in your first game of the season, is a stinker. You don't love that, right? You really, really don't love that. I don't know what to think about it. Puka Nacua had a fantastic game, 10 receptions for 130 yards. Matthew Stafford did what he needed to do. Yeah, Matthew Stafford did what he needed to do to win the game. But I'm really worried about the Texans and CJ Stroud. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. No, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I think we kind of overrated him too much. And I get it, he had a great rookie year. But last year I thought it was like a sophomore slump. You know, it can happen in the NFL. You have a little slump and then you come back. But man, his third year in the NFL, he had 19 from 27, QBR rating of 74. That is terrible. I really do think he's overrated. I mean, that's even with the. I mean, he has Nick Chubb on his running back. He also has Nico Collins too, who was a no-show on Sunday too, which I was surprised to see too. And I just think he doesn't have that spark no more. He also had Dalton Schultz, who was okay, but I'm worried about CJ Stroud a lot because I had high hopes for him, bro. Yeah. I mean, last year we called him this guy the bad man, next sheriff in town, and this is just awful from.
Yeah,
188 yards on the air, bro. You can't do that. That's awful. Matthew Stafford had an okay game too.
He played well.
He played good. He did play good. I think he made history yesterday with 2,000 yards, I believe, something like that in his career. But anyways, he did really good yesterday. Puka was great too. Puka was concussed, and he came back on the field and played it out. So congrats to him.
Yeah,
that's what the NFL needs. But at the same time, they need safety too, because you never know. You might be like Aaron Hernandez one day, but just depends.
Yeah. Well,
I hope he doesn't return to Aaron Hernandez, but
yeah, no, I don't think he will.
But it's in the head though.
But yeah, I was the Texans defense did look very good. Will Anderson Jr., Danielle Hunter were very good as well. The Rams defense, Jared Verse, Byron Young, this is a good team. This is a good team. The Rams are good. The Rams defense is good. They did what they needed to do. I think Matt Stafford played a clean game. That was a good takeaway, is that he played a clean game. But I'm very worried about the Texans offense. I'm very worried about CJ Stroud. That being said, let's go over to a quarterback I'm not worried about. Giants versus the Commanders. Okay, I'm just going to start by saying, Russell Wilson, it's over, dude.
I agree.
It's over. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate it. First one.
Happy birthday.
Hey, thanks, man. Russell Wilson has to retire. He's done.
Yeah.
He can't play football. Do I think the Commanders' defense is a world beater? No. I think it's a solid defense. Is it a world beater? No. You were 17 of 37 for 168 yards. And you did nothing all game.
Yeah.
I know he didn't have a lot of time to throw. I get it. But I think I don't think he's going to be able to do anything on this team. I think it's time to just pass the torch on to Jackson Dart, let him develop as a quarterback. And, Malik Neighbors was good. I think he's one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. 12 targets, 5 receptions, 171 yards. I'm not 30, Amish. Thank you, though. I'm not. I'm not. Russell Wilson's cooked. Anyways, we'll go over to the other side of the ball. Jaden Daniels, that bad man. He's the bad man now. He's the bad man. Hey, love you too, bro. I don't appreciate you saying I'm 30, but I do love you too. Jaden Daniels, 233 yards, a touchdown, added 68 more yards on the ground. He looked calm, composed, collected against a very, very good defensive line that the Giants have. New addition, Deebo Samuel, with a big first game back, 10 targets, 7 receptions, 77 yards. He looked really good. He looked spry. He looked quick. Could be a really big addition to this team. Ban Travis and Amish, please. Thank you. They made really good addition, but I like my pick so far. I know it's the Giants, and I know guess what we get to watch Thursday?
Commanders and Packers, man.
My pick for the NFC Championship game to win, and then the team that I would switch to if I do. So we're gonna see a lot on Thursday. I'm very, very excited for that. So, I mean, what were your takes on this? I know it's probably Russell Wilson focused, but overall,
yeah. Here's the deal, Russell Wilson. I'm tired of this guy being. It's the same story every single year. Okay, he went from the Broncos to the Steelers and now the Giants. Okay, this guy needs to retire already. I'm sick of this guy saying about I want to be better. You know, I'm doing high knees on a plane, causing turbulence a couple years ago. I'm like, dude, why is this guy so relevant in the NFL? Is it because of his wife, Sierra? Like, why is it? Is it because he likes Kobe Bryant? Like, what is this guy relevant for in the NFL for? He's literally lost that juice no more. Yeah, here's the deal. I get it. It's his ego and his pride. He wants to keep playing in. He wants to keep playing. But Russell Wilson, you had a great couple years in the NFL, and then after that, you did nothing. Okay, you beat Peyton Manning. Congrats. I mean, you lost to Tom Brady Super Bowl. You had Marshawn Lynch. You had Bobby Wagner, the Legion of Boom on your team. But dude, it's enough. It's enough, man. Malik Neighbors is so tired of you, bro. Like he started cussing.
He's already tired, bro. One game and he's tired.
He's so tired from already, bro. I don't blame him too. Russell Wilson is over. He's just done. He's no longer elite. He needs to retire. He needs to be a bench for this upcoming next game against the Cowboys. Josh Gordon needs to start the game. Here's the deal. I believe this. If Jackson start playing this game, they probably could have won this game against the Commanders.
They'd have a better chance, that's for sure.
But Russell Wilson had to look at this. He had a donut, and then with like a 59 QBR rating, bro. Wow, that's impressive. This is starting QB too. With a good defensive line too, it was really good with Abdul Carter on them. But I'm tired of this guy being in the NFL. It's annoying. Every single year I hear the same thing about him all the time. So yeah, Russell Wilson, you are truly irrelevant. Now, Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, they had an okay game. The first half was kind of sketchy for them, but I think they picked it up too. Jaden Daniels and Deebo, and man,
Deebo played very well.
He did really good. He's hard to tackle too, man. I'll hate to go against. And Austin, but overall, it was an okay game for the Commanders. It wasn't pretty, but
nothing to write home about. But you know,
do you think they let Russ start? So if he does well, then it's good for the team. But if he's bad, it's just gonna start develop for a couple more games, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I think they should just go Jameis. Like if they want to let Jackson Dart sit back a bit, just start Jameis. Like Russell Wilson, like Jameis will at least make the games interesting.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson just sucks. Like I like Jameis, you're gonna at least get some, deep bombs and stuff. But I don't like if they're not gonna start Jackson Dart next week, they should probably hold off for a couple weeks.
Russell Wilson
give him some time.
Like Russell Wilson went to the end zone, okay? The dude literally overthrew Malik Neighbors, and he was wide open. Literally,
Yeah,
he underthrew him too a couple of times too. Like
yeah.
Malik Neighbors had like 5 receptions and 71 yards, but that's because of Russell Wilson, bro. He's terrible.
Yeah, I think they'll give Russ another chance. He does play Dallas. He could throw a lot of picks against Dallas. He could. So it'll be interesting to see. They should give him that game. If he's really bad in that game, I think you go Jameis for a couple weeks, and then you let Jackson Dart start maybe around week 7, maybe around week 6 or 7, around there. In my opinion. So I would definitely, I'd say that, but yeah, just Jackson Dart's the future of this organization for sure.
Yeah.
If you got to see how he looks in the actual game though, you know what I mean? Like in a football game, we've seen him in the preseason, but let's see how he actually looks. And you should pick probably an easy game for him to start. Let me actually check. Okay, so neither of those weeks are very good. It's Eagles week 6, Broncos week 7. Week 5 is the Saints. The Saints are horrible. You could definitely start Jackson Dart on that week because you have a really tough stretch. Commanders, Cowboys, Chiefs, Chargers. Then you get the Saints before another brutal stretch. Eagles, Broncos, Niners, Eagles. Whoa, why is the Giants' schedule so tough? Commanders, Dallas, Chiefs, Chargers, Saints, Eagles, Broncos, Eagles, 49ers, Bears, Packers, Lions. Then you go Patriots, bye week, Commanders, Vikings, Raiders, Cowboys. That's a tough schedule, man. That's a really, really tough schedule. You know, being in a division with the Commanders and Eagles is rough. You have to play them, twice a year apiece. The Broncos secondary is going to eat the Giants alive. So I think the only chance you have to really let Jackson Dart have a game to slowly go into it is the Saints game. Oh man, because that's a rough go of it. The really next easier game you get is the Bears week 10, and I think the Bears are better than the Giants still. So yeah, that's tough. Speaking of the Bears, we're actually going to move on to Monday Night Football real quick. The Vikings played the Bears on Monday Night Football last night. They won 27-24. 21 of their points was scored in the fourth quarter. So I have a little bit to say about this game. One, I'm very concerned about Caleb Williams. I'm just going to say that. He has no fundamentals at all. He had a couple of very nice passes. He missed DJ Moore on like 3 touchdowns. One really bad one up the left side of the up the left. I think he's outside the numbers on the left side. It's like missed him bad.
Yeah.
Like overthrew him like 10 yards and he was wide open. That's a touchdown. I don't think it's great that Caleb Williams gets outplayed by JJ McCarthy. I think that's not good. Statistically, did he outplay him? No, because Caleb Williams had 210 yards passing, a touchdown, 58 yards rushing, and a touchdown. JJ McCarthy, 143 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and a pick 6. But JJ McCarthy was the one that made the plays in the fourth quarter that kind of changed this game. He had the very nice pass to Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson fans and Justin Jefferson fantasy owners are very happy about that. Made a great pass to Aaron Jones for a touchdown as well. And then, I'm really concerned about the Bears. I know the Vikings and Brian Flores' defense is a tough go of it on your first game. But having Ben Johnson and good talent, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Caleb, what's his name? Loveland. Colston Loveland. Why am I saying Caleb? Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet. Like, you have a decent running back core-ish. It's really just DeAndre Swift. It's not even running back core. He's okay. But you upgraded the interior offensive line by adding Joe Thuney. But I'm really worried about this offense. I'm worried about this Caleb Williams just in general. I think this is a great game for J.J. McCarthy to start his career off with. He looked really bad at the beginning, got it going in the fourth quarter, looked very comfortable, looked poised, started to get a little bit of a swagger, and I think the team is really gonna rally behind him. So, I think the Vikings are very happy with that, and I think that's worst case scenario for the Bears. So,
Yeah, I think JJ McCarthy had a great game. Towards the end, fourth quarter, the first half was a little sketchy too.
very, very sketchy. Yeah.
He threw a pick six. I'm like, oh man, this guy's in a whole world of trouble. And that you don't want to start your career off doing the pick six like the way he did in a loss too. Because last year they traded Daniel, what's his name, Sam Darnold, who basically won. I think he won the division last season, I believe. If I'm wrong. I'm not that one idiot that makes up stats, but we know who we're talking about. But anyway, so JJ McCarthy had a great game. He had 11 unanswered points in the fourth quarter, and that's pretty impressive, especially after being out for the whole season last season. And plus, that's pretty impressive. He extended the plays. He was composed. He was a little nervous, a little bit, I could tell, in the first half. But I mean, he had Kevin O'Connell was a good coach, and
very, very good coach.
And Brian Forrest too, and that defense too, man, is really good. And I know Jettis had a little bit of a rough start in the first half, but he kept it going in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Aaron Jones. So, but yeah, it was a good game though. It was a defensive battle for sure.
Defensive battle. Vikings are able to get it going. I think JJ McCarthy keep improving, keep going this way. He's got a good arm.
Yeah.
If he can just become either, I don't know how good he can be. I really don't, because he didn't throw the ball much in Michigan, so I'm not sure. But he's talented. He's a talented kid, and if he's able to keep going and keep developing as a player, keep developing as a quarterback, he could be pretty good. He's got good weapons, right? Jordan. I think, is it Jordan Addison? Is that his name? I think that's his name, Jordan Addison. Yeah, Jordan Addison will come back from suspension. That'll be another weapon for him to throw to. And yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how JJ McCarthy develops for sure. I think he is the best wide receiver in the league in Justin Jefferson. Helps a lot. TJ Hawkinson. I think Aaron Jones is a solid running back. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens with that team. That rounds out our NFL football talk. What a week one. Great week one. Maybe the game of the year in week one. Couple great games in there. Excited for Thursday. Excited for Adam Thielen, buddy, had like 5 yards. You got to let go of Adam Thielen, bro. Get a nice Thursday night game, Commanders, Packers. Now that's what I'm talking about for Thursday night. That's going to be a great game. I'm excited for that. And over in the college world, I'm just going to briefly say this. Texas Tech is looking really nice.
Yeah.
Are we playing D3 schools? Yes, but we're winning by 55. Yeah. So we're doing what we need to do. Play Oregon State on the 13th and then the 20th against Utah in Utah. That's the first real game of the schedule. That's going to say a lot. The winner of that game probably, I'm not kidding, probably gets ranked in the top 15. Because I think Tech will be 20 or 8 or 19. I think Utah will be 18 or 17 by the time they meet. And when they meet and play, the winner of that game will be top 15. It's a big game, Big 12 opener, big deal. Just let's see how they do. Is it home or away? No, it's away. It's in Utah.
Okay.
So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a nice test for this team who's been just abusing and committing war crimes on their opponents so far. So speaking of college football, Trey, I know you want to talk a little bit about WT football.
Yeah. This past Thursday night, I played on the 4th, actually, against Colorado School of Mines. The Buffs covered this game, by the way. Had a great start. Archie Martinez is a baller. He might go D1 next year. He's got scholarships from Baylor. Scholarships from Baylor and someone else too. I forgot. But Nick, bro, Archie Martinez, bro, guy gets the ball, he's gone, bro. It's insane. And by the way, I was on the locker room too, bro. They kind of like posted me a little bit. I saw myself in the locker room, and I was like, "Oh, look, there's me watching." I think when Corey Davis was shooting football, but overall, is that they lost by a field goal. I actually got an interview David Menendez, and he said that the free defense was kind of giving up runs and allowing plays and extending more plays that should have been stopped. And also David said that we want to cut down back on having them take over to have a good takeover in the first part of the game, because towards the end of the game they lost by a field goal and they could have had a chance to win the game, but Archer Martinez overthrew his receiver, and so hopefully the defense makes a rebound next week. And next Saturday, and look out for social media, guys. I'm gonna post my interviews, my stand-ups too. I'm telling you guys, I'm back. Okay, I'm back, bro. I'm back in media. I'm trying to sound cocky here, but people doubted me, and they know exactly who they are. And one of them is actually one of my closest friends. One of my thought was my closest friends, but hey, man, this is what it is.
All right. Well, there you go. There's your WT football scoop right there. The sideline scoop right there. Yeah, we're gonna round this out here. We're already an hour and 20 in, so we're gonna go and round this out. I don't want to talk about Ryan Clark. I actually just decided that anything Ryan Clark says is just not correct, and I hate him. So I'll let you talk about it.
So Ryan Clark and Peter, before I talked about him and Peter Scraggin, Ryan Clark went on First Take saying that talking about Archie Manning, how Archie Manning's a generational talent at first. But RC said that Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers are not generational talent. And he said this to Stephen A. Stephen A. lost it. He said this to Market. I think it was Cam Newton. He said it to Cam Newton. And he said it to Molly, of course. So Tom Brady. I'm sorry with Tom Brady. I'm sorry Peyton Manning first. I'm going to look at Peyton Manning's stats for a second, because Peyton Manning, to me, is the greatest recorded regular season quarterback I've seen in my life. Look up his stats for a second. I want you to look at something real quick. So Peyton Manning has 5 MVPs, by the way, the most ever among quarterbacks. I mean, Tom Brady should have had 4, but we won't go there, and probably more than that. So, this is Peyton Manning, for example, for Peyton Manning, okay? So, Peyton Manning, when he was like freaking 38 years old, had 55 touchdowns with 5,000 yards and won MVP that year. The year prior to that, he had 30. The year later, he had 39 touchdowns. He wasn't slowing down. Of course, last season he had 9 touchdowns too, but that's because he didn't care no more about football. He didn't care about his family and whatnot. But Peyton Manning was their first round pick, number 1 pick in the draft. And you know what he did to the Colts? He literally revived them. I get it. He had Reggie Wayne. He had Marvin Harrison Sr. But this guy was cooking everybody. Peyton Manning has 5 touchdowns. He has his most touchdowns ever in the regular season of quarterback, passing Tom Brady with 50 touchdowns, by the way. So you're telling me the guy who had 55 touchdowns, 49 touchdowns, 39 when he was like basically almost washed up. Peyton Manning was washed up basically. Is literally not generational talent. RC, you played against Peyton Manning in your career, bro. And yet you call this guy not generational? He's a literally first ballot Hall of Fame. He's the 3rd greatest quarterback of all time, behind Mahomes and Brady. And you're telling me this guy's not generational? He took a Broncos team, who was freaking awful, and won Super Bowl with them and went to the Super Bowl twice. I'm sorry. Peyton Manning to me is respectfully, I like Peyton Manning a lot. The dude had an arm, dude. He had an arm. He was like pulling up Superman stats, but like robot stats. And you play on Madden. So that's just baloney. RC lost his freaking mind, bro. We said that. Let's go with Tom Brady now. And this is Tom Brady at 45 years old and whatnot. I get it. Tom Brady wasn't the physical quarterback. He was pocket passer and pitch clean and torching the defense, reading the defense pretty good. So this is Tom Brady's stats. So at 45, he had 25 touchdowns. You know how Big Ben had his last season. Big Ben, he had 13 touchdowns his last season in the NFL. 13, and he was 41. Drew Brees had 20. Tom Brady had 25 touchdowns with, I get it. He was kind of going through a lot because he lost his wife, cheated on him and whatnot. But it does. As Tiger Woods, Tiger got a divorce with Ellen. He lost his whole mentality. It messed him up mentally. So he was cussing on the air on national television. But anyways, so Tom Brady, the year prior to that, had 43 touchdowns at 44 years old. The year prior to that, Super Bowl win, he had 40. 2019 was kind of okay year because he didn't have the best year. Probably his worst year in the NFL. When Belichick bounced him out at 24. 2018, that was a weird season with Edelman and the Patriots. He had 29. 17, he had 32. 16, he had 28 because he was suspended. 15, he had 36. So Tom Brady has the most Super Bowl wins ever, most playoff wins of every franchise in the NFL. I'm going to be real with you. Tom Brady, to me, it's between him and Jerry Rice is the best football player of all time. Tom Brady torched it. The Legion of Boom. Torched him in the Super Bowl. He had 4 touchdowns. The 28-3 comeback. He had 4 touchdowns. What? Okay, I'm back, guys. That was weird. Sorry, I don't know what the heck that was. Tom Brady against Peyton Manning torched that defense too. The defense, by the way, the Colts was second in the NFL behind the Patriots. He cooked everybody and he beat everybody. People hated him. People made excuses. Oh, he beat me, so I'm gonna make excuses about Spygate and the Deflategate. By the way, Spygate. By the way, everybody was doing it. I don't know if you noticed this, but you know why people do this on the broadcast with their playbooks? Because they didn't want because they know people are watching in the booth. It's been doing this since it's been happening since football started with Spygate, by the way, but we won't go there today. So Tom Brady beat the Colts, and Andrew Luck was crying. So this ain't generational talent, though, Nick. This ain't generational talent. How Tom Brady, last pick of the draft, became the greatest quarterback of all time. That generation, though, I don't know what generation to him means. So yeah, I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say about Ryan Clark about that one.
I just think he's stupid. I think he doesn't need to be on TV anymore.
And then with Peter Scraggin, bro, here's the deal. This is why I kind of hate when I just go on TV when they retire, because freaking they act like they're a know-it-all. Like if I don't play football or basketball, you're not worthy to talk about it. That is stupid. It's stupid. I mean, Chris Carter did it to Nick Wright. Called him a bum on TV, basically. Nick Wright a freaking bum. And Chris Carter got fired. Literally, I mean, I've seen Ocho Cinco call out Skip Bayless on this show. And Sherm. It's just so dumb, dude. I hate that. I feel bad for Peter Schrager. Peter's a good insider and good analyst, but he was getting cooked by Peter, so he decided to take a shot at him.
Yeah. I think Ryan Clark's a stupid idiot. But anyways, we're gonna round out with some LeBron glaze because we gotta glaze LeBron at least once. The Redeem team got their Hall of Fame induction, and I got to watch. I got to watch LeBron Ramon James Sr., who is a top 10 player in the NBA right now, finished 6th in MVP voting off a 24-8-8 season. And he was MVP of the 2024 Olympic team. Put on a Hall of Fame jacket for a team he played on 17 years ago. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
It's a tie, guys, for me.
It's not a tie for you.
I gotta watch more games, guys.
No, you don't.
I got to.
Really cool. It was really cool. I think the Redeem team is probably the greatest Olympic team ever. I do think the Avengers are very good. That team, LeBron, KD, and Steph, whew, that's a crazy team as well. I have to think about that. Maybe one day we'll do a best Olympic teams ranked.
I think away is better for me because they had a prime Dwight Howard who was a beast.
Yeah. That was a very good team too. Kobe, LeBron, and D-Wade. By the way,
and
nobody's allowed to tell me that Kobe carried the 2008 team. Just don't.
He did. He did. Anyways, he did. It's okay though.
So okay.
It's okay. It happened.
You know what? Let's just.
Dude, Nick.
Okay, no, hold on. We're here. We're right here.
Now, let me ask you a question real quick. Let me ask you a question. Who's the leader? Who's the leader in 06 and 04? In 07 when they got bronze, gold medals, and people were calling this team
07?
Yeah,
they got the bronze in 2004.
Okay, who was the leader of the team?
Probably Tim Duncan.
Everybody says LeBron.
LeBron was 20 years old.
That's what I saw.
He played for 5 minutes.
That's what I saw.
You saw people who didn't watch the actual Olympics. LeBron barely played. It was Tim Duncan.
People say it was Kobe LeBron, bro.
Okay, well, those people are I almost said a bad word that's not a bad word. I said a mean word. I almost said a mean word on YouTube. Those people have no clue what they're talking about. Because, okay, you know what? Okay, I'll just pull it up. I'm just going to pull it up. Okay, hold on here. Let's see here. Let's see the minutes per game. Let's just see the stats. I'm just going to pull up the stats. Okay, here we go. You ready? This is going to be really fun. LeBron played 11 minutes a game. Here are people that played more minutes than him on that team. Allen Iverson, Carlos Boozer, Dwayne Wade, Lamar Odom, Richard Jefferson, Sean Marion, Stephon Marbury, and Tim Duncan all played almost double the minutes LeBron played. LeBron barely played. He was a baby. How old was he in 2004?
He was 18. 19 years old.
You need to just never ever repeat anything anyone ever says that's that blasphemous ever again. Okay.
No, you want to know who said it?
Who?
Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless. Okay, yeah. So that's just the number one here. Okay. Anyways, let's put the 2018. Okay, ready? Are you ready for this? Here are people. Okay, who do you know who averaged the most points per game in the 2018?
Kobe Bryant had 15 points per game.
Yeah. Okay. Who led the team?
It was D-Wade.
It was D-Wade. Who was second?
Kobe.
It was LeBron. LeBron averaged 15.5 points per game. Kobe averaged
by half. Okay, by half. Okay.
Is that's still more? Is 15.5 more than 15?
Same thing, bro.
No, it's not.
It's 15.
It's not. It's 15.5.
It's literally 15.
15.5. Okay, anyways. Okay, but yeah, he's carrying the team. He's obviously scoring the most. Oh, wait, he didn't score the most. Okay, who led the team in rebounding?
I think it was Kobe.
It was Chris Bosh.
Okay.
Who was second? LeBron. Okay. Anyways, and the second was actually Dwight Howard, and then LeBron was third. Who led the team in assists? Do you know?
That's probably LeBron.
It was Chris Paul. Chris Paul was 1 with 4.1. LeBron was 2 with 3.8. Who averaged the most steals on the team? Do you know? It was LeBron. Who averaged the most blocks per game on the team? It was LeBron. Okay, so how can you tell me a guy carried a team when he wasn't the statistical leader in any major category?
Look, because of the last game.
Oh, it's because of Mamba mentality. Okay,
game.
so it's the last game. So Steph Curry was the best player on the 2020
Oh,
14.
he wasn't.
Okay, well, he had the best last game, did he not? He had against France in the gold medal game. He was the best player, was he not?
Okay.
He had 30-something points. LeBron had a triple-double. LeBron was right there, but Curry probably had a better last game. No. Why did LeBron win MVP? Because he was good in every game. He was good in every single game. And he saved them from embarrassment against Germany and against South Sudan. Okay? So you cannot sit here and tell me Kobe was the best player on that team when he wasn't the best player on the team. He didn't lead the team in points, rebounds, assists, steals, or blocks.
Yeah.
Also, mind you, he averaged 46% from the field. LeBron was 60%.
Yeah, I know.
He's a shot chucker. He took the most shots on the team. He didn't even lead the team in points because he's a shot chucker, and he always has. He always has been. And D-Wade was 67% from the field too. Way more efficient. Anyways, Kobe was also 32% from three. The most overrated run of a basketball player. They talk about Kobe like he was Thanos in the 2008 Olympics. And if you actually look at it,
the Redeem Team, dog, was basically proved to set the whole entire thing up.
Because that was a literal tribute. LeBron and D-Wade made a tribute to one of their best friends who died. It was a tribute to Kobe. And everyone twists it and says, "Whoa, Kobe's the best player ever. Kobe was the best player on that team." Kobe was very good. He was not the best player on that team. He was the third best player on that team. Okay? They talked about Kobe like he was King Vaughn, literally. Oh, he ran straight through Pau Gasol. Cool. And then he chucked up some threes that bricked, probably. Anyways.
But anyway, for me, it's a tie going to go between Jordan and Braun.
No, it's not.
I think it is, bro.
No, it's not.
I gotta watch more games though. I got first 91.
Okay, let's just do this real quick, and then we'll be done.
91.
Okay,
watch 91 right now.
So let's start from. I'm gonna ask you this between LeBron and Jordan. Okay.
Okay.
Who's the better finisher at the rim?
I think it's a tie. Because MJ.
Y'all have a good night, guys.
Okay, guys. Nick, bro. Hold on, let's see what Nick's doing. There's Nick again. There's Nick. Okay.
You don't actually believe that.
Or here's why. Guys, explain why? Because Jordan at his size was pretty good.
Okay, he was good. Who's better? Who's better at finishing?
Okay, LeBron.
Okay, thank you. Goodness gracious. Okay. Who's a better mid-range?
Probably MJ.
Yeah, it's MJ. I think it's MJ. Who's a better three-point shooter?
LeBron.
Okay. Who's a better free throw shooter?
MJ.
Is MJ. Okay. So LeBron's a better finisher and a three-point shooter. Who's a better passer?
LeBron.
By a lot, right?
Yeah.
Who's a better rebounder?
Probably LeBron.
Probably LeBron. Definitely LeBron. Okay. So he's a better finisher, three-point shooter, passer, rebounder. Okay. So he's better at passing, three-point shooting, finishing. MJ's better at mid-range and free throws. Okay. Let's switch to the defense. Michael Jordan is the most overrated defensive player in the history of the NBA.
He's not.
There is literal evidence. And this guy, Trey, who wants to be an analyst and wants to be a fair analyst, refuses to believe when the numbers are in front of his face.
Because I read this stupid article to make any. Because Nick Wright wrote the article, bro.
Nick Wright didn't write the article.
He
He's a Yahoo Sports writer.
He said it was part of it.
No, he wasn't.
You want to hear a video?
He's the one that brought it up. He wasn't a part of it. Okay. Anyways. So his defensive player of the year statistics were heavily skewed because he was averaging 4 steals a night at home and 2 blocks at home, and then on the road it was 2 steals and 1 block. So he's a little suspect there. This guy, MJ, had to have Scottie Pippen save him from Magic Johnson in the fourth quarter in the 91 finals. He was the most overrated defender ever. Is he a good defender? Yes. He was never once the best defensive player in the NBA. Never was. It was either his teammate Scottie or Hakeem Olajuwon. So let's just stop that. LeBron's better at defense from 5 to 1. He can guard 5 through 1. He was locking down prime Derrick Rose while also clamping Pau Gasol in the same era. So LeBron's better defender. He's more versatile. He's better guarding 1 through 5. It's just how it goes. And me and you both think he got robbed of Defensive Player of the Year once, maybe twice. That being said, okay, so LeBron's better.
Hold on, I want you to look. This is what this sound look.
Oh, you might say, Nick, if you haven't read it and it just dropped a few minutes ago, how do you have all this info? I might have been aware that something like this was coming. I might have been behind the scenes consulting on the project. I don't know. I'm just here for a fair and accurate reading of NBA history.
So he was part of it, dude.
He's not even credited on it.
I know, but you know why? Because he probably paid a heck of a lot of money, bro, for it.
He probably didn't pay a heck of a lot of money.
On his contract.
It's probably not. You're just saying a bunch of baloney because you're mad that his Defensive Player of the Year was completely hogwash.
No, it wasn't. It was actually
So you're telling me he had more steals than the team he was playing had turnovers?
Yeah. Nick, here's the deal. They go debate. Here's the deal with go debate. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you.
So LeBron's just better at like everything, but it's a tie somehow. Okay.
I gotta watch more games. Anyways, here's the deal with the debate. Okay, I get it. The debate will always continue, but here's the deal. At the end of the day, I appreciate both, and I enjoy both. And I gotta watch more games. I gotta watch 91 season. Still gotta finish it off. I'm halfway
No,
through.
you don't. You've been watching the 91 season for 3 years. You're just so full of
No.
me.
I was like at 88. 80, like his rookie year.
You've been on 91 for 17 years, brother.
And now I gotta watch on LeBron's 09 season, and then we'll go from there.
Trey knows it's LeBron. He just has this weird, like he's in love with Michael Jordan, so he just feels bad about saying LeBron's better. It's weird. I know it's weird, but it's just how he is. LeBron's literally better at everything, like mid-range and free throws. Congratulations.
Scoring's a tie too. Well, overall
scoring.
Overall scores his time, but
did you see how many points per game LeBron would average if he took as many shots as MJ? You know it was 33, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay, so it's LeBron. He just doesn't shoot. He's not a shot chucker. MJ was a shot chucker.
This was efficient though when he shot.
Yeah, because he's getting defended by ice cream truck driver. And you couldn't play zone defense in the 90s. He got Paul Blart, the mall cop, in one-on-one coverage in the post because you couldn't double team.
So you're telling me
because it was a soft era.
You're telling me that David Stern did that on purpose for MJ?
I never said that.
I'm asking you a question though. Are you saying the NBA overall
was catered towards MJ? Absolutely.
So you think that's why they did that, so for him to make more shots and be efficient?
I'm not saying that. I'm just everyone got the same rules. It's just it helped MJ a lot because in the post he just got to work in 1v1s. There was no help. There's no help. You couldn't do it. You literally couldn't. And you got LeBron as a 40-year-old cooking Giannis. And you want to tell me that MJ's better? Giannis would have MJ in a seat belt.
I don't know about that. He can't go.
MJ's never seen anyone over 7 feet tall that could move. All those guys were statues. Hakeem wasn't guarding the perimeter.
Yeah.
And he's one of the best defenders ever. It's just completely different eras. LeBron's played way more talent. He's just better at everything.
Just appreciate both, bro.
I can appreciate both while saying LeBron's better.
I gotta think
Dude,
about
so
it.
if you're saying a filet mignon, ribeye, or whatever, what's your favorite cut of steak?
Probably a T-bone.
Okay, T-bone. You're telling me, and this is just an example, you get a T-bone from a world-class restaurant in front of you, and then you have a burger from McDonald's. I appreciate both of those. I appreciate what the burger from McDonald's means for the economy and for everybody. And it's cheap and it's good and it tastes good. Is it better than the $90 T-bone?
No.
Absolutely not. But I appreciate both. I'm not saying LeBron's a $90 T-bone and MJ's a McDonald's hamburger, but it's the same concept. I appreciate both. MJ completely revolutionized the game. He made the game worldwide. But he's not better than LeBron.
Here's the deal, though. Here's why I have them as a tie.
Because you are biased as heck.
Let me tell you why. Because Jordan didn't win without a legit center like normally like old school basketball was. With Bill Russell and Wilt.
Okay, he still had the best team in the NBA when he won.
But he at the same time though he proved that
He proved that if you have a super team, you can beat anybody. Cool.
There's no super team, bro. I was not. There's 3 people. That's it. Dennis, MJ, and Pippen. That's it.
That was it. He had the best 3-point shooter in the league and the best European player in the league on his team.
Yeah, it was a tie though.
It was a super team.
I just appreciate both, bro.
I appreciate both too, and I know LeBron's better. I appreciate that burger from McDonald's, but I know a T-bone from Las Brisas is better. Right?
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We had another 30-minute debate about the GOAT. I just can't believe this. We're never going to be free. I'm never going to be free from these goobers who think that MJ's better than LeBron. I just can't. I just will never be freed from these people who just pretend they know basketball by saying that. If you're under the age of 36 and you say LeBron's not the GOAT, you just don't watch basketball. I get the old heads from back in my day, man. MJ be jumping. He hang in the air for 10 seconds and then he'd shoot that jump. Whatever. Cool. Like that was your era. I get it. If you've watched both of them play in real time or been able to go back and watch MJ play, it's not close. It's not close. Are the resumes? Yeah, resumes, whatever. Like LeBron, I think, has a fantastic resume. Is MJ's resume better? Probably. But that's not all I'm accounting. I'm accounting for what my eyeballs saw. And nobody's better at basketball than LeBron. Nobody. He's wearing a Hall of Fame jacket as a top 10 player in the league at age 40. And you're telling me it's a tie?
Yeah, it's a tie.
All right, guys, we're getting out of here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all enjoy football on Thursday, guys. I'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.
Give away the end of the month.